Hi, I'm Morectius, and welcome. So, first off, in the bottom left corner, I have all of my tipping information. It will also be, hopefully, in the description of every video, everything. I'm going to have to go through pretty much all my videos and put this on, just so everybody knows. There's a bunch of reasons why, and I'm going to go over them. So, firstly, since this isn't really an update, there's a lot of things going on. So I can assure that I won't get monetization in this video. I'm going to say whatever I want. And the first thing I'm going to say is, fuck Dungeon Punks. Fuck that game. Fuck the people who made it. And fuck the people who own the music to it. So I decided to stream a little bit just to try it out, just to showcase it. Who knows? Maybe somebody would like it. Maybe I'd like it. I don't know. I like trying new games, seeing what's new, whatever. Again, I don't know how I got the game. I don't know if it was free or I don't know. I don't know how it came to be in my library. Maybe somebody gifted me. I don't know. I have weird gift games in my PS4. So I got 6 copyrights on it, on my stream. 6 music copyrights. So I've dealt with these copyright strikes for a long time. And truthfully, it's really frustrating because I can fight them. But it's a long and arduous thing. And I did a couple, and some of them were correct. And then some of them, even though it was for the same issue and the same song on a different video, came at me and YouTube said no. So first off, there's zero consistency with these copyright notifications. There's zero consistency with them being put on anything else in terms of being blocked before they get to your channel. They have so many issues with this that I'm so sick of dealing with it that it drives me absolutely up a wall, that even if they offer free resource songs and stuff like that, that sometimes I get copyright strikes or copyright hits on me because it's something that matches up to a free content that I could use, but it's within limited licensing and I have to put them in the description. So that is just annoying because there's no way I'd know, because it's completely unintentional, especially if you do games like random PlayStation games and they may use like a Unity asset that's free on YouTube or whatever. You just have to credit the artist. But how am I supposed to know that that's the artist who did the song if I'm only demoing or checking a game? Even on PlayStation 1 games that use generic music in the background where it's a classical piece that's owned by somebody else, but I had no way of knowing that I was supposed to credit the company that the music is supposed to... I mean, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And it happens all the time. I have a whole host and list of videos that just have these can't monetize, can't do this, copyrighted content. And the worst part is that the people get to take that any money for some of these, even if it turns out to be bad, and I don't get a rebate or a refund or anything like that on it. My MCN, no matter what it is, won't fight for me to go do that or get that unless I have 2 million views or some nonsense like that. So the copyright strike system really needs to be fixed, and it's inherently wrong. It's one thing to catch people who are maliciously uploading TV shows. In fact, I actually have like 3 channels that I'm subscribed to that just upload TV shows, and some of them are monetized. They don't get copyright strikes or anything like that, and they all seem to be functional. And I've even chatted with one of the channels about it, and they say, yeah, YouTube doesn't care if we upload full TV shows at all, and they haven't done anything about it, and they don't even get warnings or anything about that. The guy literally takes it from his DVR and posts it on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't care, and they've let him have commercials on it, and they don't care. Now, I'm not going to narc on who this person is, but it's absolute bullshit that someone can post full-length TV shows that's all copyrighted content and not get in any trouble for it at all and never receive it. And he has way more views than I do. And I get slammed for background music that isn't even played in its entirety because either I'm talking or there's sound effects or there's other things going on in the game or the song has been modified or otherwise. Like, I've really wanted to do Hotline Miami, but I've heard horror stories of people who've streamed or put up videos of Hotline Miami 1 or 2 because people just they go crazy about these songs are copyrighted, this is copyrighted content, and it's just no point because you're not going to get any monetization on it. Now, monetization at this point is terrible, and I'll go over that in a minute. But first, the other thing is ever since YouTube put out that video saying that they pick and choose who they send your content to notify for videos or streams or otherwise, I've been checking it, and they don't pick and choose. They don't carefully market it or otherwise. People just don't receive notifications that I'm streaming, that I'm posting new videos. Now, I'm making everything post to Twitter now. So if you want to know if I have new content, unfortunately, you're going to have to go to Twitter because YouTube is being a bunch of cunts. That's literally what they're being. And my wife doesn't get notifications, even though she watches some of my streams or leaves streams on idle just while she's at work in the background. Or doing other things just to watch, like upstairs while I'm playing downstairs, and she doesn't receive notification unless I tell her, because YouTube doesn't do it even though she watches fairly regularly. So you think if she watched fairly regularly that they'd notify her. Now, I also have another a secondary portion of my channel that notifies me if my main channel is streaming, and it hasn't received notifications in months. Literally no notifications, even though it's been on for me to just test stream quality and stuff like that, which is some of the background stuff I've been doing. The annoying part about it is that PS4 is notifying people who are watching me on PS4 what I'm playing or otherwise. So it's sad that PS4 is better at sending notifications to people than YouTube is. I'm not saying that the PlayStation 4 is bad in that regards, but it's sad that a lot of my viewership now is coming from people who watch me through PSN. Not through YouTube, because YouTube doesn't give a shit about me. It doesn't. It never has. When I do search results for games, I'm usually like 4th or 5th page. And what's worse is I've actually searched looking for specific videos of mine, and I've run it through several searches using my accounts or using random accounts, or not registered accounts, I guess I should say, and even other people's YouTube accounts, and my videos don't come up. Even if I search my name in that video, it comes up with like a video from Markiplier or PewDiePie, or it comes up with, like Achievement Hunter that did like a background of that game or some other BS, and stuff that's not even related to what I'm searching to, because all the algorithms are pushing them towards these bigger people, and that's against a lot of things that YouTube should be doing. Because first off, YouTube is a platform for everyone to stream and share and enjoy. But if you force people into watching only popular people, the people that make YouTube quote-unquote money, then you're a sham. You're a filthy sham. And you should admit that to everybody, that, hey, we're redirecting your traffic to people who we think are more important, because we don't care about you. And we don't care if someone's looking specifically for you. Like, you're welcome to try it. I've tried it a bunch of times, and I've come up with no result or can't find a video. Like, you find a video that I've done and it doesn't come up. Now, however, what's strange is that in Surviving Mars, I've had none of them blocked because I've not cursed all that much, and none of them come up with like limited advertising because you said cunt or fuck or shit or hell bastard cocksucker, and they don't care. That when I stop cursing, they let people search it. But if I even say one bad word and the advertisers quote unquote are removed, and I've put in some for review and there's no answer, they just don't even respond back. It's pathetic. that it goes to show that YouTube doesn't care about their actual content and their common content providers. They just want you to watch some censored, like, their political view. I mean, people who've gotten banned for talking about guns. Well, not banned, but basically blocked from searches, even if you try to Google search them. Like, I tried to look for a video that someone suggested, but it was blocked by regular search, and I had to basically go into their channel to go and find it, which is wrong. Amending your search results is not going to help you. You're just censoring, really, is what you're doing. And I know your search algorithm is doing this because I've seen it directly, and it's bullshit, because I just don't like it. Now, it makes it even worse is even all convoluted and being dishonest that way, MCNs are generally terrible. And I don't mean generally at all. Smosh completely dicked me over, and I'm free to say that. And they were dicking me over for years and refused to respond and acted like stupid every time. And the whole deal is that I've been trying to get the money that they were supposed to pay me, and they paid me out a pittance of what I earned, and they keep going on and on about it, and I'm done with them. I've been done with them, and that's all I want. I have a new MCN. I don't know how they'll work. But the process is so convoluted, and it's you go through these questionnaires and helps and all these other things to try to get to really how you go from point A to point B, and it is the most convoluted path. They don't just say, hey, here's monetization, here's a list of MCNs. They say, no, you find an MCN, and then you have to go in, and then you have to build an AdSense account, and then from that AdSense account you have to link that to your YouTube, and then you have to take that, and then you have to give that AdSense information to your MCN, so that way your MCN can put on videos to let you earn money. Oh yeah, and by the way, you only earn like maybe 3 cents for every 100 views or so. And the worst part is the MCN I have now actually pays more than my previous MCN, but it's still a pittance of a pittance of a pittance. And it doesn't help when I know that they're blocking search results, not notifying people of videos and streams. I'm getting constant copyright notifications for things that technically are fair use, that YouTube should stop before, like, it shouldn't be on me. It should be on them to prove that it's not fair use. Because it's hearsay, and I've had to fight ones that aren't even relevant. So all of that is just undercutting and undercutting and undercutting and undercutting and undercutting. And you know what? I'll be 100% honest, and people won't like this, and this is a nasty thing to say, but that YouTube shooter was right. Like, this video will probably get me flack for it or get some bullshit on it, but that YouTube shooter was exactly correct. That YouTube is censoring people, that YouTube doesn't want people talking about guns, they don't want people talking about controversial opinions, they don't want people cursing, they want to promote nothing but Vivo and Stephen Colbert and big companies and, channels that just pump out top 10s, which, no offense, chills, and top 15s and top unknowns and stuff like that. And Simon Whistler. No offense to you guys. You guys in lists are at least remotely interesting. But, I get things for Markiplier. I get things for the Fine Brothers. I get things for BuzzFeed. And I don't care about any of them. But I get CBS, Vivo, again, with these companies. They're not users. They're companies. And you can't expect a content made by people to be run by corporations, because at this point you see the Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, even Alex Jones and all of them, they have this YouTube presence that's like nonstop, and you can't avoid it. And they're companies like Watch Mojo and Watch Jojo and all those other bullshit things. It's wrong to have companies competing with normal everyday people. And you say, oh, well, there's PewDiePie and Markiplier and these guys who are really famous and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's one out of hundreds of thousands of people. That's one or two. But then you have 6 or 7 companies that are some of the top rated channels. I mean, yeah, you have your iDubbbz and Joji, and things like that, but it's rare and few and far between. And there are all these people that have these huge setups, and they have all these like high end budgets to get everything in. And there's a few small channels that have done well, but the problem is that you see these small channels, and they have to go with companies, like they do, cameos and crossovers and all this stuff, and that's just wrong. It's wrong. And the worst part is that there's great small studio movie companies that are trying to make like little shorts and things like that that are really good, but they get pulled apart instead by, oh, watch our in-depth interview with, Ian McKellen, and it's like, or like a CBS produced, here's Jeff Goldblum, here's a Fox News interview of someone, and they're all from these companies, and they undermine the smaller people that are trying to make something. It's not a platform for us, it's a platform for YouTube's wallet. And the YouTube shooter was absolutely correct. Sure, her content was crap and all that. Now, her methods weren't sound, but I'm surprised more people haven't done it. Truthfully, I've been surprised ever since the demonetization that there hasn't been more of that. Because you're asking for it. You're telling people this is a platform for you. This is you. This is YouTube. This is your chance to get your opinion out, to have someone hear you, to do something, to make content that people want to watch, and they just shovel it out. Like, I'm so sick. Like, I wish I could block channels. Like, I really wish I could just absolutely, like, desubscribe, never even get suggested these channels, because I've actively gone on a campaign of down thumbing videos. If it's a video, like if it's Markiplier, if it's Vivo, if it's, something that I don't care about, or it's some big company's video, I try to go in and down thumb it. Because I want all of these videos to be universally hated, so that way they're off the platform, and I can't stop it. And there's a lot of reasons why. One, garbage people like Jake Paul. These are Disney-funded personalities that are garbage people. They're bad human beings, and they come on here, and they're paid. They have too much money to begin with. They shouldn't be people who anyone gives a shit about. It's the same thing with like Kardashian nonsense that is getting 3 million views. Who are these 3 million people? Who are these? Like, seriously, I don't know anyone in my circle, and I know a lot of people who even give a shit about half of these people. And yet somehow they attain millions and millions of views, and it's terrible because they already have money, and then they're making more. And then they do absolute, like, if I showed a dead body or a person hanging and made fun of them on my channel, I would be banned. My channel would just be closed, and that's it. And it all comes back to money. They want more Jake Pauls. They want, more companies just signing on, because companies say like, oh, YouTube is the worst. YouTube is the worst. And then they come on, and then their news programs are all put on YouTube and monetized. Like, I hate having to watch commercial ads before I watch something from like John Oliver or someone else, and it's disgusting. And it's gone on for too long. And now it's at a pitching point where it's almost intolerable. I mean, even in a baseline for my older videos, I'd be getting a lot more views. And it's not just like a content shift or a demographic shift or anything like that. It is literally people not getting notifications and YouTube removing people from the search. And I won't say that I have the best content or that my content's necessarily that great. I don't really care. I just play stuff and that's it. I do bells and whistles. I don't have, all this crap going on because I hate it. I don't like it. So why should I think that other people like it? Like, I don't, like, I can watch my videos and I enjoy my videos. I know other people who do the same kind of thing. Like, people like Zeta Plays and All Dragon and even Big Fatty Plus. They're people who just genuinely play a game. And it's sad when I go on there and I see, like, I understand like the live streams of Noah and the lo-fi hip hop and stuff like that. Like, I get those kind of channels. Like, I get that those are, even though they're big entities, something like Noah and their okay yeah, Oceanos Explorer, like, I find that stuff fascinating. But then it's like Fortnite girlfriend strip or sister strips every time I get a kill, or like, every time I die, or like some bullshit like that. um and the worst part is that they're all the same. They have these stupid ass face pictures where they look like they're, I don't know, like they have Down syndrome, and they're all stretched out of proportion. Not making fun of Down syndrome people, I'm just saying. um they like always make their foreheads really big, and then their eyes like really awkwardly large, and it looks really creepy. um and then they go on there, and it's just people playing Fortnite. like I don't mind some people, they're entertaining to watch while they play Fortnite, but Fortnite itself is fucking boring. And like PUBG, I'd rather just watch the highlights of someone, playing it, than actually sit down and watch it, because it is almost intolerable to just sit down and watch it. Dracu did one that was amazing because it was just funny. It was just him bitching about how terrible the game was the entire time, and he actually did disturbingly well. Um, and it's just like, I I don't get that. Like, I love watching people stream other games, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm not really a huge fan of streaming games and otherwise, but it's like they promote these. Like, it's amazing that it'll be like Fortnite, PUBG, Paradise Heights, or whatever, and then it's like Fortnite, then it's like Noah live cam, then it's like some TV show, like Cartoon Network TV show streaming, like 24/7 Ed, Ed and Eddie, 24 streaming Cow and Chicken, like lo-fi hip hop, like, and then it's just like, just, I want to get to the edge of that, and once I start, it literally is like, once it gets past like people that are like below 2,000 2K viewers, it disappears. Even though I know 100%, I know someone who literally said they were streaming, and I looked on the live streaming now and literally scrolled through all the channels, and I did not see the person who was streaming. And it was disturbing to know that YouTube basically said, nope, they're not streaming. And it was in YouTube Gaming as well, and they weren't in there streaming. I even searched for the game that I knew that they were playing because they posted it on Twitter. And guess what? They weren't there. So basically YouTube just cut them right out of the loop and said, like, nope, we're not even going to say that you're streaming content. So I actually had to go to their channel and click on it for a live stream. And it's terrible. And you know what's worse is that the people who work really hard to make a lot of videos, who play a lot of games, who make a lot of content, and a lot of people say, oh, you have to make good content, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, good content is opinion based. It's art. It's people doing different things. Now, I'll admit there are some absolute garbage channels, but the worst part is a lot of the garbage channels get a lot of hits. And my problem is that with this newest thing, I know people who had been with YouTube for like 6-7 years. I think one of them that I know, he had been on here for 6 years. Yeah, I want to say he was 6 years. And he got rejected. And he can no longer receive monetization at all because his total amount of view time was below a certain amount. And I know someone that was just above and then got like lost a subscriber and then just lost everything. Now, the other thing that's messed up is I watched someone play a porn game, and YouTube did nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. Now, if I played a porn game or some other rejected channel played a porn game, oh, they'd have a total fit. Now, another person I watched did a Futanari game. Granted, it was for charity, quote unquote. It was really for him. And YouTube still has it up. You can still watch it, and there's blatant pornography all over the place in it. And that's That's sad. They banned the channel previously for stuff, and now they just don't care. Now they're just like, we're over it now. It's done with. So you know what? YouTube is... I've been streaming, or not streaming, I've been recording videos for almost 8 years now, and all I've watched is a steady, shitty decline of YouTube over the past years, and I'm pretty much fed up with it at this point. Like, YouTube is a garbage fire, and the lady who was running YouTube needs to be fired, and they need to replace her with someone who's competent, who understands how the channel works, and all she cares about is profit. She's been outright and very clear about that all she cares about is profit. Oh, and a little bit of politicizing everything and removing channels for political values or things that she finds offensive. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, a week after I post this, that my channel's removed. But the fact that you're on a platform and you're complaining about, oh, we need to make money, and you're selling out to corporations, and you're basically undercutting anyone who actually takes their time to make content, even if it's not top tier content, because anybody can have top tier content if it's the in thing. It doesn't matter. Like, you can make, generally low budgety stuff like iDubbbz and, be a hero, or you can be a nobody that has 10 subscribers because people aren't into your content right now. And I've watched YouTube allow people to rebroadcast other people's content with just them in the corner, like barely saying anything, just because they put that little bit in the corner, or they stretch an image over it that slightly alters the video just enough that YouTube can't detect it, and then they monetize it even though it's someone else's content, and YouTube didn't do anything. There's still these React channels that still work like that. And it's disgusting. It's gross. And it keeps happening, and YouTube keeps doing it over and over again, and they don't do anything to make the situation better. They're just like, oh, well, that's over now, I guess. Or people aren't upset about this anymore. And it's really tiring. It's really tiring to come to my channel, and how long, and watching how much my channel has changed and grown over the years, and just to watch YouTube piss it all away because whatever reason, because they want more money. And the worst part is of all of this is that they opened up a whole line of YouTube Kids. This YouTube Kids, which I've talked about before, is disgusting. And whoever thought of that is a moron. Because first off, as Critical Penguin, whatever, the Big Moist, whatever he wants to be called, Charlie, he posted something about basically pornography in these, like, kids shows. Basically, like Spider-Man taking a shit and then humping Elsa on the floor after taking a shit. Like, and that wasn't like an extreme. That was just like random. Like, there was tons of this Elsa content that was just like disgusting. And Spider-Man always, I don't get the Spider-Man thing, but it was just borderline disgusting content all the time. And, like, granted, as a kid you might laugh at it, but first off, let's be clear that when you sign up for YouTube, they say implicitly that you must be at least 16 years or older. Who the fuck are these kids who are allowed to do that? If you're a parent letting your kid watch something on YouTube, that doesn't make any sense, because that violates YouTube's contract. If you were going to sign up to be a member, you have to be a certain age to sign up for it. So why? I don't know anyone who says they, like, put their kids in front of YouTube Kids because they know it's a garbage fire. I still get a row on my YouTube page of, hey, YouTube Kids, get this garbage out of here. Kick it off YouTube and say you're done with it, because it is the most asinine thing ever. It's pseudo-pornographic, which I don't really care if kids watch porno, but still, it's fucking weird. And the worst part is that people are making money from this. And another thing that you just need to knock off, which I'm so sick and tired of seeing, are, again, reaction channels. How many people do I need to see eating a fucking Kinder Egg? It's a fucking Kinder Egg. Like, fucking seriously? Oh, look at this. We made a giant Kinder Egg. Oh, look at this. We did this. It is absolute horseshit, and it drives me absolutely bonkers that people think this kind of stuff is okay, and that YouTube loves this content and promotes the shit out of it. And there's a few people who are characters who are really good at it, or they do cooking channels, or they have other content. It's not their sole content. But there are these shitty little videos of snotty-nosed little kids just getting whatever they want and opening up a Batman toy, and it has like 1.5 million views. It's absolutely disgusting. And anyway, I'm digressing far into how much I hate these channels. The point is that YouTube is a garbage fire, and it's getting worse. And at this point, if I had another option to go to, I would go to it, because YouTube and even Twitch are just garbage fires. And if YouTube wants to make money, I have a suggestion. I have $1,000,000 suggestion. How about, instead of Patreon and Streamlabs and all these other things, you focus on saying, get those tips out there. Get tips. Get super chat, like all the super chat tips. Get sponsors and donations, and really ramp those and push those. Because that's where you're going to get your money, and then you can pay us directly. Then you can cut out all the MCN nonsense, and you can just pay us directly through ads and through tips and things like that. Like, I just don't get how hard it is for YouTube to understand that, and they've lost the entire sight of it. I mean, YouTube streaming is better than Twitch, but it's still by far garbage. And so for that, I do want to talk about updating on games and otherwise, and I have a terrible splinter in my finger, and it's killing me. It's another thing that's irritating me. I'm never going to play Dungeon Punks ever again. That's for damn sure. I really am debating, like this weekend or something, doing just a whole YouTube parody video, just doing everything all at once. Just an absolute trash fire of the worst parts. Just do a live stream of just absolute worst stuff. The worst of YouTube content. And just make one long compilation video. That's just all of that. Just meant to sass and annoy YouTube because they're idiots. But anyway, I do plan to actually get around to... Jesus Christ, this splinter. Anyway, get around to completing more Shadowrun Hong Kong. I just have not been feeling well, and I've had so much to do, and it's been kind of crazy, and I'm just losing my head about stuff. And I do intend on finishing Obscure 2. I might start that tomorrow or something. I don't know. I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow. Just because I'm generally frazzled, and it's not that I've been streaming a lot and I'm tired from streaming. I'm frazzled because every time I attempt to do something, YouTube decides to be an absolute cockmonger to me. And since I don't expect any monetization for this, I really just don't fucking care. Saturday stream should hopefully continue on Saturday. I don't have anything I have to do, and I'm trying really hard to get the splinter out because it's killing me. So ignore my random scream sounds. I've been debating being able to get more things than just gaming out there, because at this point, my gaming stuff is kind of dying. I mean, 10 views here, 100 views there is not cutting the mustard. So from now on, instead of gaming, my channel is going to be opening only Kinder Eggs. And it will actually be me reacting to opening Kinder Eggs. while I'm dressed as Elsa, because that's the only way to make money on YouTube at this point. Oh, and also I'm going to call CBS and have them turn it into like a TV show, so that way you can watch clips of it. But then you have to pay for CBS All Access to watch it, or you have to watch it on broadcast, and it'll have like the show will only be like 11 minutes long, and all the rest will be commercials. So be excited for that, because it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be the best thing ever. We're also going to have a corpse that's going to sit in the chair next to me, and we're going to make spooky sounds. I'm going to shake the corpse randomly and then like spit on it every once in a while, and it'll be fine. It'll be no big deal. It's the way of the future. But I've ranted too long. Either way, at the bottom, I put my tips and donations for Streamlabs, because I'd rather use Streamlabs so YouTube doesn't get any money for my content except for the ads they put on it. If my tips and donations get high enough, I will turn those ads off right away. And I spelled Patreon wrong on this, so let me go ahead and fix that, because oh, that's why. So, yeah. There we go. Now it's spelled correctly. I'll have to go ahead and fix that on other stuff. It'll be correct at the end of the video. I know someone's probably been screaming at me the entire time to fix that. But yeah, I pretty much at this point, I'm going to continue streaming, and otherwise that's not going to change. But at this point, I'm kind of fed up with everything that's happening with YouTube. So either way, I hope you like it. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to bed, because it is almost 3 in the morning. But either way, I thank you for watching. I thank you if you actually watched all the way to the end. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. Or night. Or whatever. Shut up.